Indeed, thanks, Magani. 3 men convicted of killing 21-year-old Stellenbosch University student Hannah Cornelius have received life sentences in the Cape Town High Court. Vernon Witbooi, Geraldo, Parsons and Eben van Niekerk were sentenced on charges of kidnapping, attempted murder and murder. The fourth accused, Nashville Julius, sentenced to 15 years on charges of kidnapping and robbery with aggravating circumstances. Cornelius and a friend, Cheslin Marsh, were kidnapped by the four near the university campus in May last year. Marsh was robbed, beaten and left for dead, while Cornelius was repeatedly raped and later murdered. Mariska has been following the story. She joins us now from Cape Town. Mariska, another gruesome case that you're following. What did the judge say today?
You are absolutely right, Francis. This is harrowing and gruesome in the worst possible way. You know, some of the testimony we heard last week, or the judge going through the testimony that was relevant in this case, is actually too graphic to repeat on air. Short of saying what the judge repeated today, that the rape of Hannah must have been absolutely harrowing and she must have suffered severe pain before she died. She was actually stabbed and a stone thrown on her head after the men committed the horrible rape on her. She was gang raped by the 3 men that you mentioned, and accused number 1 and 2, Vernon Witbooi and Geraldo Parsons, were highlighted by the judge as the master brains behind this horrible attack. They were, of course, it was a drug-fueled evening of violence and crime, but the judge said that cannot be taken into account as a mitigating factor because throughout they knew exactly what they were doing. It was meted out, it was measured. Even after the attack on Cornelius and, of course, Cheslin Marsh, they went ahead and robbed 2 other women, actually kidnapping one of the other women as well, and robbed them. They were found guilty too of robbing them with aggravating circumstances. So this was an absolute night, drug-fueled night of horror and crime that these men committed.
So these men need to be behind bars. Does it raise issues of bail, of previous sentencing? Because we're looking at convicted criminals in the lineup here.
Yes, absolutely, you are right. Actually, Vernon Witbooi, his life of crime, as the judge described it, started way back when he was 12 years old. He was 32 when he committed this heinous act of the rape and murder of Hannah Cornelius, and they all had previous convictions against them, and most of them relate to robbery with aggravating circumstances. So as the NPA also described them as career criminals, the judge said they had so many opportunities to turn their lives around with the previous convictions and sentences that they served, but they chose a life of crime.
What about campus security? I mean, she was close to the campus. Any implications there? And was this opportunistic, or did they target her in any way?
Yes, you are absolutely right, Francis. This was opportunistic. The judge described in her sentencing today that they were looking for people to rob. They were looking for people to rob not only for drugs, but for the other things they needed to pay. One of the accused actually gave the mother of his child 100 rand after they had robbed Hannah Cornelius and Cheslin Marsh, and of course the other 2 women. So it was absolutely opportunistic. They were looking for someone to rob. How it ended up in a rape and murder, nobody knows, but definitely opportunistic. The thing about Stellenbosch and the university is that it is intertwined with the town. It is an open university, so there's no real fences or walls up around the university. It's an open space and it's a student town. So thousands of students move through there on a daily basis, and many students, you know, spend the night socializing with their friends. So it's not uncommon to find students on the streets at night, late at night in Stellenbosch. So it's not so much a university problem as it is a crime in the town, which is possibly highlighted as the problem in the town.
All right, thank you very much, Mariska.